out is what's going to bring the next part of my church full circle. I was promised years ago by visions that I was going to have a church. And I got my message last year, same thing. You're building a church. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I was out by Nora, I want to say yesterday and the day before. And the message was simple and clear. All the things you ever wanted, to be a wife, to be a mother, to be a successful business owner, to be a great healer, to have your life familiar. All of those things are coming to you. And they can now come to you now because now you comprehend. Now you see. Now you understand. Now let me go into something that I need to go into, and then I'm going to get out of here, and I'm probably going to come back after I'm comfortable, after I get me a little food and comfortable. But I'll tell you about that going into this morning. These videos, all of them, talking about Siobhan at Home, and Siobhan at Home being the covering for Divine Rashawn on 1111 and BBW Camgirl .com, all of these things being exposed and allowing them to have their place and to have their way is to bring you in. I said this from the introduction video. All of you guys are meant to be here. All of you. If you are a webcam model, cam girl, cam boy, couple, tranny, the LGBT, the whole entire LGB community, if you don't believe in King Jesus of Nazareth, if you are a Buddhist or a Hinduist, a Catholic, a Baptist, a Wiccan, it doesn't matter what your denomination is. You are all welcome here. Because I have been sent as a messenger to show you that you being gay, bisexual, or straight, or lesbian, or whatever you consider yourself to be. It doesn't matter if you are a crack addicted cam girl, model, escort, prostitute that finished your last John 2 minutes ago. If Divine has activated you to help and to heal both yourself and then others, then that's exactly the reason why you are here. You are here so you can see and understand that if God can take a Christian that was raised in a Christian household and that was raised under, they used to call it the holiness, and then all the other different churches except for Jehovah's Witness, that sees Jesus, that only connects with Jesus as her own ascended master, while allowing the other ascended masters to come in and flow messages through her as a conduit, that works with archangels, guardian angels, her high vibrational ancestors, your high vibrational ancestors, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your angels. If she can sit here and say that I used to make people have orgasms over the phone for a living, full time, that with my own temple under a different name, I have been able to do the same thing while shaking it and doing all this, that, and the third. If she, who is now giving people psychic messages, healings, distant Reiki, energy healing, energy clearing, Jitsu, and I could just keep naming out all of the healing modalities that Divine uses me to help people. If she can sit here in front of you right now and expose to you her work history, what she's going through in her own personal life, which is showing you it's not perfect, especially the relationship side, that she can show you that she is living hotel life and has been living hotel life for the last 3 years, and not because she doesn't have money, and not because God is not and Divine is not dropping money on her, but because, again, that's also part of her journey and her mission. If she can show you every single day, every single week, in more ways than you could possibly imagine, all the different changes and shifts in time and space, who she is, what she can do, what Divine is using her to do. If all of those things is going on with her, and you can tell that she truly is Divine because of what Divine is doing through her, for you, when you look at yourself in the mirror, who are you not to realize, understand, comprehend, understand, and accept the Divine wants you to? Is loving on you too. Is divinely guiding, supporting, providing, and protecting you too. Is giving and doing for you too. Is ready for you to create your platform, to open up your church. Is ready for you to bring people in and say, look, it doesn't matter what I do for a living. It doesn't matter what I look like. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. It doesn't matter what I've been through. It doesn't matter who my mama, who my daddy was. It doesn't matter who my ex was. It doesn't matter who my current mate is. It doesn't matter where I live, what I have, what I don't have. If God is telling me I'm seeing these visions in my dreams, if I have clear sentiments and I know things before they happen, if I'm able to look at a person and tell them things about themselves that they have no idea about, or things that they know about but nobody else know about, and the only way that they would know about it is if divine is telling you to tell them, then it should be the wake-up call that you need in order for you to get with it, and let's get it done. Let's handle it. Let this La Familia grow right here in this community, outside of this community, when you go build your own community and expand and ascend, so we all exhale in that order. I have to tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly, so you understand that the good, the bad, and the ugly, there's no such thing as good. There's no such thing as bad. There's no such thing as right. There's no such thing as right. There's no such thing as wrong. It just is what it is, and that is what it is. Like I said, I got triggered this weekend. It is what it is. I created my 3 homes, made sure my 3 homes is good online. It is what it is. So, yesterday, I was grieving like crazy. And I was grieving because it was Mother's Day. And honestly, it took me all day to recognize, realize, and remember. Let me get a little air going, y'all. There we go. It took me all day to recognize, realize, and remember, and understand that yesterday, y'all, was actually technically the first Mother's Day that I've been by myself. Last Mother's Day, I just do remember what happened to Mother's Day before then. But last Mother's Day, I was with some of my La Familia, some of my soul family, and we had a great time. I think we had a crab bowl, lobster bowl, and all that, and it was beautiful. But yesterday, last night, first Mother's Day since my mom's passing that I can remember, and I was by myself. And the crazy thing is my mate has lost his mom as well. So in reality, yesterday could have been a high vibrational trigger or a low vibrational trigger. But for me, it was a little bit of both. It was a high vibrational trigger because, and let's start with the good. It was a high vibrational trigger because in reality, I laughed my butt off on yesterday. Everything was funny. I ain't lying. It really was. To a certain extent, everything was funny. I ate good food, drank great drink. I was good. I enjoyed church service yesterday. I watched 2 movies that I had not seen before. It just was. But I was grieving. And I was grieving again because I miss my mom. And I heard my mom yesterday. My mom talked to me. And I'm like, you're a psychic, but you miss your mom? Of course you still miss them. You're always going to miss your relatives. I mean, if they're not in a physical body, of course you're going to miss them. You miss kissing on them, hugging them, having them kiss on you and love on you and all that good jazzy stuff. So, of course I miss my mom. Not only was that little lady, my mother, she gave birth to me, but she was also my best friend. We talked about everything growing up. We talked about everything. And she was my daughter before it was all said and done. I cleaned her, changed her, washed every part of her, washed her dishes, cooked her food, paid her bills with her own money. And as soon as I started receiving money with my own money, I ran over 6 different households with my own money. I ran things with her, for her, because of her, and that's just what that was. So yeah, of course I'm gonna miss her. Yeah, I get to talk to her. Yeah, she talked to me, but physically, especially on Mother's Day, of course. So, you know, the waterworks, I cried my butt off yesterday. It is what it is. I cried my behind off. That's just what it was. And then in the midst of it all, my mate was supposed to call me back. And just like classic him, he didn't. It is what it is. I kept it going. I kept my day going. Only for last evening, just when I was just about to drop off to sleep, like in an hour